In this first message back after the Chagim, I want to talk about a couple of stories that in some ways say an awful lot about the type of community that we are, the type of leadership that we have, and the type of world that we want to create for ourselves and for our children. The first is the ongoing controversy about the application to convert the Golders Green Hippodrome into an Islamic cultural and religious centre. Now, this has created a lot of noise and a lot of heat. I've been very uncomfortable with a lot of that noise. If you are a local resident and you have legitimate planning concerns, then it's perfectly legitimate for you to be able to raise those with the council. It's perfectly legitimate for you to sign a petition. However, the petitions that I've seen going around inviting people to object to this centre and inviting you to contribute wherever you live, whether that's in Israel or Manchester or East Finchley or Muswell Hill or Boreham Wood or wherever it might be, that smells to me of intolerance. And we have to ask what sort of community that we are. Are we tolerant of our other faiths living in and amongst us? How would we react if, when there are applications for Jewish cultural centres, we have this at the moment with Eruvs, and people raise these types of objections and phone those objections in or send them in from far and wide. I've been very proud of our member organisations, the Board of Deputies, who've worked very, very closely with the Cultural Centre to try and establish a close and cooperative relationship with the London Jewish Forum that's been representing local views to the planning authority, and of the two local rabbis in the local communities who again have reached out on an interfaith basis with the leaders of the proposed centre. That for me is more the type of community that we are, not one that has this objection to the integration of other cultures into our community. I think the other story that's really struck me as well is reading the stories about those people who have come forward to talk about sexual harassment, bullying and violence in and around and outside the workplace following the revelations about Harvey Weinstein. And of course, if so many people have come forward, then how many people have not come forward, whether that's now or in the past, because they've not felt confident about raising their concerns or confident that they'd be dealt with correctly. Now, we've talked a lot as a Jewish community about making people confident to report anti-Semitism, and I think we've got to that position. If someone is a victim of anti-Semitism, they know that their complaint will be taken seriously. We have to get to that same position for people who've been the victims of sexual harassment, violence, bullying, and worse in and around the workplace. And we can't pretend that these sorts of things aren't happening in our community. Now, our member organisations have addressed this problem some time ago. Our member, the Jewish Women's Aid, set up a safer dating programme this time last year. The aim was to enable young Jewish people from the community to have the confidence to recognise where behaviour crosses the line and to know how to deal with it, both for themselves and to have the confidence to be able to report it, and that their reports would be taken seriously. Our organisation that we have with UJA, Reshet, the Jewish Youth Movement organisation, held a seminar last year on healthy relationships. All of this is about empowering young people to recognise these issues so that they're able to deal with them with confidence. So I think that this talks again about the community that we are and the leadership that we have. It's important, and I think that this is something we should do to make sure that every workplace has robust systems that would enable anybody who is a victim of bullying or victimisation or sexual harassment to come forward and to have their complaint dealt with seriously. That is the type of community that we want to be: tolerant, respectful, and able to give people the confidence that if they have an issue, that it will be dealt with and dealt with seriously.